Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt your heart suddenly race, your chest tighten, your thoughts spin out of control, and in that moment, you truly believed something was terribly wrong? Maybe you told yourself, "I shouldn't feel this way," or "Why can't I just be normal?" Anxiety can feel personal, like a weakness, like proof that you are fragile. But what if anxiety is not a defect at all? What if it is actually a powerful survival system that has become too sensitive? In this episode, you will learn how anxiety works inside your body and mind. You will understand why fear grows in cycles and how you can break those cycles step by step. By the end, you will not only improve your English listening skills, you will also gain practical tools to manage panic and build real emotional strength. This is not only about language, it is about transforming the way you see yourself. And if this lesson gave you something useful, I'd love it if you tapped like and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay connected, and it also helps this little learning community grow. Every click really does make a difference. With love, let's dive in. What if anxiety is just an alarm system that is too sensitive? Anxiety begins as protection. Your nervous system is designed to detect danger and react quickly. When it senses a threat, it activates the fight-or-flight response. Your heart beats faster, your breathing changes, your muscles tighten, and your body prepares to act. This reaction is not wrong. It has helped humans survive for thousands of years. The difficulty begins when this alarm system becomes hypersensitive. It starts reacting not only to real danger, but also to stress, uncertainty, or uncomfortable thoughts. Your body cannot clearly separate imagination from reality, so it responds in the same intense way. When you understand this, your perspective changes. Instead of thinking, "Something is wrong with me," you begin to think, "My alarm system is overreacting." That shift reduces shame and builds understanding, and understanding is the first step toward regaining control. How do physical sensations trap you in a fear cycle? Anxiety often starts with a physical sensation. Maybe you feel dizzy, shaky, short of breath, or lightheaded. These sensations are uncomfortable, and sometimes they are frightening. The problem is not the sensation itself, but the meaning you give to it. When your heart beats fast, you might think, "I am losing control." When you feel dizzy, you might fear that you will faint. These thoughts increase fear, and fear increases the physical symptoms. This creates a loop. The body reacts, the mind interprets it as danger, and the body reacts even more strongly. It feels automatic and overwhelming. But these sensations are stress responses, not signs of disaster. When you learn to see them as temporary and harmless, their power decreases. The cycle weakens because you stop adding fear to the original sensation. Awareness interrupts escalation. Why does catastrophic thinking make everything worse? Anxiety grows quickly in the mind through catastrophic thinking. This happens when your brain jumps to the worst possible outcome without real evidence. A small mistake becomes a total failure. A fast heartbeat becomes a medical emergency. Your brain believes it is protecting you by predicting danger, but it exaggerates the risk. This pattern keeps your nervous system on high alert. You may replay negative scenarios again and again, trying to feel prepared. But instead of feeling prepared, you feel exhausted and tense. Learning to question these thoughts is essential. You can gently ask yourself, "Is this thought realistic? What proof do I actually have?" Often you will realize that your fear is louder than the facts. Over time, practicing balanced thinking reduces intensity. your mind becomes calmer, and anxiety loses some of its fuel. How does avoidance quietly strengthen anxiety? When anxiety feels intense, avoiding the situation seems like the safest choice. You might leave early, cancel plans, or stay away from places that make you uncomfortable. In the short term, avoidance brings relief. Your body relaxes, and you feel safe again. But this relief teaches your brain something dangerous. It teaches your brain that the situation was truly harmful. Your nervous system concludes, "Escaping saved us." The next time, fear appears even faster. Gradually, your world becomes smaller because you are organizing your life around avoiding discomfort. Breaking this pattern requires gentle courage. It means staying in situations long enough to learn that nothing terrible happens. Each time you remain present, you send a new message to your brain. I can handle this. Slowly, confidence replaces avoidance, and anxiety begins to lose its control. What does face, accept, float truly mean in practice? Facing anxiety means you stop running from the sensation the moment it appears. If your heart begins to race, you allow it to race. If your breathing feels tight, you notice it without panic. Acceptance means you stop fighting the feeling. When you resist anxiety, you add a second layer of fear on top of the first sensation. Floating means you move through the experience gently, without struggle. Imagine lying on calm water instead of fighting strong waves. You allow the sensations to rise, peak, and slowly fall on their own. This approach teaches your nervous system that these physical reactions are uncomfortable but not dangerous. At first, this may feel unnatural because your instinct is to control everything, but control often increases tension. Acceptance reduces pressure. Over time, your body learns that anxiety can pass without disaster, and the intensity begins to decrease naturally. Why is the fear of fear so exhausting? Many people are not only afraid of anxiety itself, but also afraid of having anxiety again. This is called anticipatory anxiety. You may constantly monitor your body, checking your heartbeat or breathing, looking for early signs of panic. This constant scanning keeps your nervous system alert and tense. It is like waiting for a storm every day, even when the sky is clear. The body never fully relaxes. The solution is not to promise yourself that anxiety will never return. That promise creates more pressure. The real goal is to build confidence in your ability to handle it if it does return. When you believe, if anxiety comes, I know what to do, your body relaxes. You stop fearing the sensation itself. This shift reduces overall tension and makes panic episodes less frequent and less intense over time. How can you retrain catastrophic thinking step by step? Retraining your thoughts begins with awareness. When you notice a dramatic thought, pause for a moment. Instead of accepting it as truth, examine it calmly. Ask yourself, what is the most realistic explanation? Anxiety often predicts extreme outcomes, but reality is usually much more balanced. You can also remind yourself of past experiences. Think about previous moments when anxiety predicted disaster, but nothing terrible happened. This creates evidence that your fear is not always accurate. Writing your thoughts down can also help. When you see them on paper, they often look less powerful. Over time, this practice creates a new mental habit. Your brain becomes less reactive and more analytical. You begin responding instead of reacting. The goal is not to eliminate worry completely, but to reduce exaggeration and build a stable, rational inner voice. Why does daily routine matter more than you think? Anxiety does not only depend on thoughts and reactions, it is deeply connected to your daily lifestyle. Your nervous system needs stability to function calmly. When you sleep poorly, skip meals, or live without routine, your body becomes more sensitive. Small stressors feel overwhelming. Without structure, your mind feels uncertain. A consistent routine sends a message of safety to your brain. Waking up at similar times, eating balanced meals, and planning your day reduce unpredictability. Predictability lowers stress. Anxiety often grows in chaos and irregular habits. When you build daily stability, you reduce background tension. This makes it easier to apply coping strategies when anxiety appears. Lifestyle balance is not a quick solution, but it is a powerful foundation. Calm grows from repetition, not from dramatic change. How does movement help reset your stress response? Physical movement plays an important role in anxiety recovery. When you exercise, your heart rate increases naturally. You breathe faster, and your body becomes warm. These sensations are similar to anxiety symptoms, but during exercise, they are connected to strength and health. This teaches your brain that these physical changes are not dangerous. It reduces sensitivity to normal body sensations. Exercise also releases chemicals in the brain that improve mood and reduce stress. You do not need intense training. Gentle, regular activity is enough. A daily walk, light stretching, or simple body exercises can support emotional balance. The key is consistency, not intensity. Over time, movement becomes a natural way to release tension before it builds into panic. Your body learns flexibility, and your stress response becomes less reactive and more controlled. Why is sleep one of the strongest tools for calming anxiety? Sleep is not just rest. It is recovery for your nervous system. When you sleep deeply, your brain processes emotions and resets stress levels. Without enough sleep, your emotional control becomes weaker. Small problems feel bigger, and normal stress feels overwhelming. You may notice that after a poor night of sleep, you feel more sensitive, more irritable, and more anxious. This is not weakness, it is biology. Your brain needs consistent rest to regulate fear properly. Creating a stable sleep routine can make a real difference. Going to bed at a similar time each night, reducing screen time before sleep, and allowing your body to relax slowly can improve sleep quality. Good sleep lowers your baseline anxiety level. It does not erase fear instantly, but it gives your nervous system strength. With enough rest, you respond more calmly instead of reacting automatically. How does nutrition quietly influence your emotional stability? Food directly affects how your brain functions. When you skip meals or eat irregularly, your blood sugar can drop. This may cause shakiness, dizziness, or irritability, which can feel similar to anxiety symptoms. Your body interprets instability as stress. Drinking too much caffeine can also increase heart rate and restlessness, making anxiety stronger. Balanced meals provide steady energy and help your nervous system stay regulated. Eating regularly sends a message of safety to your body. Hydration also matters more than many people realize. Even mild dehydration can increase fatigue and tension. Nutrition is not about strict control or perfection. It is about supporting your body so it can support your mind. When your body feels stable, your emotional reactions become more balanced. Small daily choices create long-term resilience and reduce overall sensitivity to stress. Where does medication fit into long-term recovery? Medication can be helpful for some people, especially when anxiety feels overwhelming. It may reduce symptoms enough to allow you to function and practice new coping strategies. In this sense, medication can act as a bridge. It creates space for learning and behavioral change. However, medication alone does not retrain thinking patterns or change avoidance behaviors. It does not teach your nervous system new responses. True recovery requires active participation. It involves facing sensations, challenging catastrophic thoughts, and building healthy routines. Medication may lower the intensity of symptoms, but your habits create lasting change. Understanding this helps you maintain realistic expectations. If medication is used, it works best when combined with therapy, self-awareness, and lifestyle adjustments. The goal is not dependence, but empowerment and long-term stability. What does real, sustainable recovery actually look like? Sustainable recovery does not mean that anxiety disappears forever. It means your relationship with anxiety changes. You may still feel nervous at times, but you no longer interpret it as danger. You understand your body's signals. You trust your coping skills. You respond calmly instead of reacting with panic. Some days will feel easier than others, and that is normal. Progress is rarely perfect or linear. There may be setbacks, but setbacks are part of growth. The difference is that you no longer feel powerless. You continue practicing healthy habits even when you feel good. You maintain routine, balanced thinking, and gentle exposure. Over time, resilience becomes stronger than fear. Recovery is steady and quiet, not dramatic. It grows through patience and repetition. That steady growth creates lasting emotional freedom. Are you ready to retrain your anxiety instead of fighting it? Anxiety is not your enemy. It is a survival system that became too sensitive. When you face sensations, accept discomfort, and float through fear instead of resisting it, you send a powerful message to your nervous system. When you challenge catastrophic thoughts, you reduce mental exaggeration. When you build stable habits like proper sleep, balanced nutrition, and regular movement, you create long-term strength. This process takes time and it requires consistency. But each small step matters. Every calm response weakens the fear cycle. Every healthy routine strengthens stability. You are not broken, and you are not helpless. You are learning how your mind and body work together. And as you practice these skills, you are not only improving your English listening ability, you are also developing resilience, emotional intelligence, and self-trust. Step by step, you can create lasting calm and lasting confidence. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.